welcome to another reaction of the Super Saiyan Performance Encore YouTube channel. This is going to be my first time reaction to Freeze the Fall. We have not done some Freeze the Fall in a little bit, so I'm very excited for this one. Over the course of the last few days or so, they've been posting these tour vlogs, because they are on tour right now. I'm pretty sure, I think. Anyways, this is going to be one of those double-in-one reactions. This is at First Tour Vlog 2026 intro, preparing for our first tour. And then after that, we will do First Tour Vlog 2026 Episode 1, what it takes to organize and book a tour. So I'm very excited to dive into it. As always, if y'all enjoy the reaction, be sure to like, subscribe, comment, share, turn on notifications, never miss a thing on the channel. Comment below your request, type the artist, song by the artist down in the comments, and I will make sure to react to it. Same with Old School Saturday. If y'all have any requests for Freeze the Fall, comment below, and I'll make sure to react to it. As always, down in the description will be a Dropbox link for the slideshow, a channel calendar link, and a merch store link, and a link to the original videos. Show love to Freeze the Fall, give them a like, subscribe, go share, and stream their music. Go show them love by buying their merch, as well as going to their concerts and all that stuff. Let's dive in.
Hey! We're Freeze the Fall, a hard rock band from BC, Canada, and we have big news! We are going on our first ever tour. It's a tour. It is a tour of Western Canada. We figured that since this is such a big deal and a big step for us, that we would document our whole journey as a YouTube series. So we figured we'd document the journey both of us preparing for the tour, as well as what it's like on tour.
Yes, one of the things that can expect is videos from each individual member and their journeys going on tour and preparing for the tour as well.
Yeah.
You can expect interviews of each member and of each crew member on tour as well. You get to see the behind the scenes of how it's all going to work, and you'll get to see us going on stage, playing shows, but you'll also get to see footage of us just chilling.
You'll get to see us both thriving and suffering on tour.
Exactly.
The whole behind the scenes.
Yes.
We are very excited, so
Yes.
stick around.
Yeah, see you all there.
That's what it's all about.
Bye!
That should be good.
That's what it's all about. Freeze the Fall First Tour Vlog 2026 intro, preparing for our first tour. And again, guys, like I mentioned, next up is going to be Episode 1, which is what it takes to organize and book a tour. So I'm very interested to see, again, this is a 10-minute video of Jenny, their manager, basically just explaining everything. But I'm very interested to see, like, what she says, because I know for a fact there can be a lot of questions as far as, like, what it takes and, like, all that stuff, right? So this video might answer a lot of those questions. So let's get going.
At any rate, if you're new here, my name is Ginny. I am the band's manager and also Aria's mom. If you're not new here and you've been around for a while, hello, Cold Front. So we thought that this would be a good next installment of the tour video, because ultimately I'm going to walk you through how we got here and some of the early plannings for the tour. And I'll start by saying this. I've been operating as the band's manager since their inception, and manager means a lot of things. I work for the band pretty much every night. I have a day job, so I'm at work during the day, but I work for the band every night. It's kind of hard to totally outline all the things that I do with and for the band, because it's really so variable. But some of the big things that you would probably picture is I help them with sort of artistic expression and helping bring their vision to life on things like photo shoots. I work with them on their costumes. I work directly with 604, doing all of the back and forth with them. I do a lot of interaction.
That alone, I can only imagine what that's like. Going back and forth with a record label.
Costumes. I work directly with 604, doing all of the back and forth with them. I do a lot of interaction with our reactors. I do all their bookings for things like interviews and engagements, pursuit of things like endorsements. So it's a lot. I book all their gigs. And so there's a lot of moving parts. There's always a million different things going on around the band. And we're very fortunate to have this sort of built-in family dynamic because each of us serves a different function. Mine happens to be band management. So when it comes to the tour, essentially how we got here was, as most of you who've been around for a while might know, we currently are operating without a booking agent. And that's a really important thing to know because without a booking agent, you're really trying to break down these venue doors and festival doors on your own. You don't have that sort of professional industry person who has those connections to get these gigs and things for you. So as the band grows and we want to get further and farther from home, that gets more complicated when you don't have that person. So I'm also technically functioning now as the band's agent until we are partnered with an industry agent. So
Wow.
last fall, essentially, as we were envisioning starting to grow outside of the sort of nearby region and branch off from festivals, we essentially decided to book our own tour. It'll be easy, we thought. How hard could it be? Turns out it's really, really hard. So we're really proud of what we brought together. And once we decided we were going to book a Western Canadian tour to promote the Red Garden, the first thing that I really wanted to do was to identify a band that we could partner with so we could essentially go on a buddy tour. And the advantage of going on a buddy tour is a couple of things that you could easily imagine. One is some shared costs, which is really important. And the other was to find a band that has toured before, because we haven't, so we knew it would be a steep learning curve. And also, just given our sort of early entry point and the band's early entry point to this industry, we also really wanted a band that we felt we could learn from, not just as a team, but also for the band, somebody that they would feel really comfortable touring with. And so we landed on Cold Fame. They were our first and only choice, actually, when we started thinking about it. We had met Jody and Damien and their team. They were part of the opening lineup for Freeze the Fall's album release party last year at the Fox. And we love their music and what they stand for. And we just really enjoyed also who they were as people. And we really felt like they'd be a great group to align with, to head out on tour with. So that was decision number one. And then
Me personally, I've never listened to Cold Fame. I actually had never heard of Cold Fame, and probably would have never did if it weren't for the Cold Front talking about them and stuff like that. I probably would have never heard about them if I'm being 100% honest. If y'all want to let me comment below if y'all want to let me know if y'all want me to check out some Cold Fame or not.
Also who they were as people, and we really felt like they'd be a great group to align with, to head out on tour with. So that was decision number one. And then once we got into it, I can tell you that booking a tour is probably the hardest thing I have ever done in my entire life. And I don't think we could have done it successfully without Jody and Damien. We've been, I would say, equally contributing to the process, but certainly their perseverance has kept me going along the way as well. But the best way I can describe trying to book the tour itself is like the world's most complicated game of dominoes. Because essentially you start, well, first of all, which direction we want to go in, west to east, east to west. And then once you decide that, which cities do we want to go in? Then you start researching venues, which venues are known for great music, which venues will host this type of music, which venues will host underage performers, a million different things. So once we identified that we wanted to go east to west, that was the starting point. And then we landed on our ideal cities, which are the ones you see on the tour poster now. And then it gets even more complicated because you start putting out feelers. It can be really hard to get a hold of people in this industry. Like really hard to get a hold of people in this industry. So you have to be really persistent. For every venue, we probably sent out, I don't know, 10 to 12 emails or requests or text messages, however we're getting hold of them. And then what would happen is, for instance, in Saskatchewan, we'd throw out a few dates and you'd go, okay, great, Saskatoon can do this date, but then Regina would get back and they can only do that day. So then you're going back to Saskatoon, trying to book another date, and then multiply that by 11 cities and add in the travel and stuff. So yeah, it's logistically really, really complicated. So that took us, I would say, almost 3 months to actually lock the dates down and really get to the point where we had a schedule that we knew that we would be on. And then following that, then we started getting into this storytelling piece and how are we going to market the tour and all of that. And then very quickly after that, it came to opening bands, which is as complicated all over again. So we knew that we wanted in as many of the cities as possible to book opening bands, because that's how you help fill the room in cities that don't know you very well yet. So most of the cities, with the exception of Kelowna and Penticton, we were booking openers for. And in that case, we're looking for bands where the music kind of fits, where we think they'll work hard, like we're working hard to fill the room, and also that have their own draw within those cities. So, we're reaching out to all kinds of different people, the venues included. Who do you recommend? Who might be good? We're scouring the internet, Instagram, looking for these bands. Jody was really, really active in this space. And then, of course, locally, wherever you live, like I was really instrumental in looking for Okanagan venues and things like that, or they know Vancouver Island really well. So it was a really nice sort of division of labor. And now where we're at is really getting into the nitty-gritty logistics of how we're going to be entering these venues. So now Craig, who is our stage and tech monitor, and Jesse, who most of you know from BEL Development, who is our front of house sound.
Bell, same thing.
Craig, who is our stage and tech monitor, and Jesse, who most of you know from BEL
I actually
Development.
feel like a lot of people say Bell. So if I'm pausing a lot, I actually feel like people say Bell more than BEL, actually, now that I think about it.
BEL Development, who is our front of house sound. Now they are getting deep into the weeds in terms of navigating the venues and technical logistics, because they're not only responsible for us, but because it's a buddy tour, they're also helping to coordinate the technical logistics for Cold Fame. And then because it's our tour, Cold Fame and Freeze to Fall, we're also responsible for understanding the technical requirements of every opening band. So it does create a lot of logistical tech things. So anyway, so that's how we got to here. In the coming weeks, as the band has said, they're going to be making some videos about their process. We'll have band momager Krista bring you up to speed on kind of some of the social media strategy. Craig and Jesse are going to build a video for you to talk about the tech. I imagine they're going to probably build a couple along the way to keep you really informed on how we're bringing that together. And then Tyler, who's Quinn's dad, is going to be making a video about some of the prep for the merch and also all the poster and advertising design. And then also our hopeful intention to live stream at least some of the shows. So that's also in Tyler's world. So we're hoping to bring you everything. I think it's really exciting for all of you to get to go on tour with us for the first time. And some of you have offered some very prudent advice already, so please keep sending along your thoughts and things that you think might help the band and help us as a team as we get out there on the road. But anyway, that's kind of how we got to here, and I will probably also make a few more videos along the way as we hit the road, just from management perspective. But that's it for me for now. So again, if you have any questions about this part, please feel free to drop them in the comments. Myself, the band, anybody who's connected to it will hopefully get back to you with responses. We're so grateful for all of you, the way you engage with the band and with their content. It means the world to all of us. So thank you for all your support. And that's it from Momager G. Thanks for listening.
That was very cool. That was very cool, honestly. And yeah, what she was mentioning about how, again, about Jesse and the other guy, I can't remember his name, but Jesse, and him making a video talking about like the tech and all that stuff. That'll be my next reaction. And I'm definitely interested for sure. I'm definitely interested for sure to see the band members' vlogs and stuff, like Quinn, Arya, Jonah. I'm very interested to see their vlogs on tour, during tour. I'm just in general, I think, just very excited to see if they are able to live stream some of like a couple shows here and there. I'm very excited and interested to see those because I'm very excited to see how Freestyle does in what I'm pretty sure is their first like collab tour in a way, where like they're like mashing up together with another band on tour. Um, if it's not the first time doing that, please correct me if I'm wrong in the comments. But uh, I'm I'm just taking a guess, which I think it is. But either way, it's still gonna be really fun, and I'm really interested and excited to see all that. But when it does come out on the channel, but no, I loved it flat out. I'm gonna leave a real quick comment. This is awesome. Thanks for sharing. Just leave with a little happy face. But yeah, no, that was very cool indeed. Very cool for sure. Again, just the flat out that Jenny was able to just sit down. As far as I know, it's their first proper tour of any sort. Well, yeah, there you go. Yeah, that too. Exactly. Yeah, true. Just the fact that Jenny was able to sit down and talk about the whole entire tour booking and making a tour, like all that process was very cool and honestly answered a lot of questions because again, I know a lot of people are always wondering like, or at least like me is always wondering like how in the world does this stuff happen, come to play, like what it takes to like choose again what she was mentioning, like choosing where, like which direction to go, like east west, picking the cities, booking the tour, like all this stuff, venues, everything. So it was very cool to see her talk about that personally, but I loved it. Again, like I mentioned, my next reaction will be to the episode 2 tech talk part 1 of their tour vlogs. So that'll be fun for sure. But if y'all enjoyed the reaction, be sure to like, subscribe, comment, share, turn on notifications, never miss a thing on the channel. Comment below your request. Type the artist sung by the artist down in the comments. I will make sure to react to it. Same with Old School Saturday. If y'all have any requests for Freeze the Fall, comment below and I'll make sure react is always down in the description. Will be a Dropbox link for the slideshow, a channel calendar link, merch store link, and a link to the original video. Show love to Freeze the Fall. Give them a like, subscribe, go share, and stream the music. Go show them love by buying the merch and also by going to the concerts, all the good stuff. As always, take care, y'all, and I will see y'all in the next one. Peace.